guys, welcome back to Sprague River Homestead. I'm Nikki, and here is your Mailbag Monday question of the week. So this week's question is actually one that I have received several times now, and it's always been people who are having trouble with usually a doe, sometimes it's a buck, but a full-size rabbit that the caveat is always, oh, they've never been handled, and I'm trying to do blank with them. Trim their toenails, move them, take them out for breeding, whatever it is. And because they're skittish, I have been trying to earn their trust. Do you have any tips? So the big thing you have to understand about rabbits is there is no trust building. I know that's kind of it's not what most people think. Prey animals don't build trust in quite the same way that we're used to. So for most people, they get these rabbits that are skittish, which I'll go into in a second, and they think, okay, well, if I'm quiet and if I, reach in and pet the rabbit every day when I feed it, I will build this animal's trust. It won't see me as a threat. And that's not really how it works. Okay, 9 times out of 10, what I'm getting is their New Zealand or New Zealand cross. First thing I got to tell you about this, I have talked about this on several different videos about the breed themselves. They are flighty and they are skittish. Yes, there are exceptions to every rule, but the vast majority of New Zealanders you will meet are not nice, easygoing, calm rabbits. I see New Zealanders that are not nice, easygoing, and calm rabbits. And these are considered the pinnacle of the breed, right? These are animals that are higher quality. The breeders put a lot of time and energy into them, and they're not much better. It's a personality flaw of the breed. Like I've said before, it's a little better in reds. It's a little better in blues. But if you're dealing especially with a white New Zealand and they're skittish, it's not that they're skittish. It's just who they are. They are a little bit more wild. Okay, so once we get past that, you can't build trust with rabbits in the way that you do herd and pack animals. And that's what I see a lot of people trying to do, right? If you've got a skittish dog, you go slowly, you offer treats, you try and have positive interaction with the animals. Same thing if you've got a kind of crazy horse, llamas are another one, goats, any of those animals. Because you have to learn how to fit into their hierarchy, right? Once they start to see you as part of the pack or part of the herd, then you gain their trust because you're either accepted as the alpha, which is always the plan, or you're accepted by the alpha or matriarch or whatever it is of the herd. Rabbits being solitary don't do this. Everything until proven otherwise is viewed as a threat, okay? So if you're reaching in every day to pet and stroke this rabbit, 9 times out of 10, you're not getting anywhere. The rabbit is still waiting to see what you're going to do. Just because you're stroking it today, tomorrow you might be snatching it out of there. And they don't understand that. So here's the thing, and I tell everybody when they're worried about getting scratched up, a thick coat and some heavy gloves may be the answer of what you're looking for. The fastest way to build some kind of rapport with a rabbit, some mutual respect, is to handle them, not pet them, not give them treats. That doesn't do anything. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You've got to go in there and be firm but gentle in every action that you take. So I know a lot of people comment about how great behaved most of my rabbits are in the video. Notice I said most. I did a video recently with an American that wanted to play rug. But most of those rabbits, I don't handle them that often, guys. I take them out for breeding. I take them out to weigh them. I take them out to do nails. And we're not a big lovey, I don't pet everybody every day. I have about 80 rabbits and I don't have time for that. But what we are is consistent in our handling. When I get a hold of a rabbit, one, don't scruff them. If you've got a nervous rabbit, the worst thing you can do is scruff that thing. The best thing you can do, and I've talked about this a little bit in the video about how to handle a big rabbit and get it out of the cage, is where the head sits, come from the front. Usually you can get a rabbit to kind of run itself into the back of the cage, kind of hand over the eyes, thread those fingers through the ears, and then lightly lightly get a hold of the scruff just to have some control. Other hand comes underneath, pick up, and pull out. Yes, you will get kicked if they're nervous, if they're scared. If they don't understand what you're doing, you will get kicked. Be prepared for that. The worst thing you can do is get scratched, freak out, drop the rabbit, because it thinks now that you've had some kind of nefarious purpose and it's fought you off. And this really is what prey animals think. So you've got to be firm. You take them out. Yeah, maybe they're kicking. The first thing you do with a rabbit that's kicking, turn it over and tuck it. And I'll probably do a video on this, but it's very similar to what we do when we do toenails. We turn them over and we tuck them. And one, they can't kick you. Two, on their back, they're in the most vulnerable position they can be in. And why is this important? Because now they're going to see who you are. If you have them in a vulnerable position and you're talking to them, sometimes I'll lightly rub a belly. Calm, gentle, effective, consistent handling is what we're looking for. Most of the time, that rabbit will calm right down because they're like, oh, hey, my belly and my throat and everything else is exposed and they're not doing anything to me. And I'll carry a nervous rabbit around for a little bit before we put it on a table to pose or whatever it is that we need to do with it, so that they get the idea that, look, I've had plenty of opportunity and I haven't taken it. And that's really important, guys. You can't build trust with rabbits really any other way. I mean, some of the smaller pet breeds kind of do their own thing. I'm convinced that they are all giant hamsters at this point. But if you're dealing with meat rabbits, and that is the focus that we talk about here, these great big rabbits, they are used for breeding. They come from generations of rabbits that have a very healthy, fear of anything that might eat them. I mean, it's just kind of what they are. They're meat rabbits. So firm, effective handling. You don't yell. You use a soft, gentle voice. At least I try to, unless I get really upset. Usually, if I'm upset, it's because my dog's running around trying to bark, which doesn't help. But yeah, just be firm with them. If the rabbit squirms and gets out of your grip, get a hold of it again. Try and be just as even-keeled as you can possibly be. It may take one or two times, but usually by the third or fourth time that you go to handle a rabbit, it has got the lay of the land and it understands, okay, look, she's not going to kill me. You might still chase them around the cage for a minute, but once you get your hands on them and get them out, usually they'll calm right down because they're like, okay, we've been here. We understand how this works. All right, guys, so that is my answer to the question of, how do I calm a rabbit down or how do I build trust? Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. I'd love to hear other people's answers. Maybe y'all think I'm absolutely crazy. I've only, handled a couple hundred, probably over 1,000 rabbits now. But maybe you've got a different method that I don't know about. Feel free to share it down in the comments. I'd love to read them. If you've got other questions, feel free to send them to me. Post them down in the bottom. You can email them to me. You can post them on Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. We're pretty much everywhere. Don't forget that our cookbook is available. Our How to Cook with Rabbits, Cooking with Rabbit Recipe for Everyday Life is available on Amazon. If you got a thing with Amazon or you want a personalized copy, you can directly send me a check. Send me an email at srhomestead@yahoo.com for that mailing address, and we can chat about it. So there you go. That is it for today, and I'm going to go see if I can get some work done. Happy homesteading. We'll see you next time.